the weekly trail report, presented by the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis. Joining us now with upcoming activities and trail conditions is the Director of Activities himself, Ravi Torn. Hey, Ravi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking, Tom.
I'm glad you're here today. And let's just jump right into it. Let's get everyone up to date on what activities are taking place this weekend, starting on that with the hike on Saturday.
Yes, the hike on Saturday, it's going to be about a 3 to 4 mile hike. It will be up at Elks Brock, parking lot 2.
What time is that hike taking place on Saturday?
The hike is going to start at 11 a.m.
All right, 11 a.m. at Parking Lot 2 on Saturday will be a club-led hike. Rob, you know, we always remind people about these activities. What should they bring with them to make sure that the hike's a lot of fun for them?
Always bring water, a little snack, just in case you get hungry out there.
Yeah, it sounds like that's easy enough. And it's going to be a great day for a hike, and we'll hope to have a lot of people out there on Saturday for the hike. So we have a hike on Saturday. Hey, Ravi, what do we have Sunday for the guys that like the bikes?
On Sunday, we have a bike ride with Ben Cheek. It will be at 2 p.m., and it's going to be in parking lot 4 and 5.
All right. And again, that is on Sunday. What people need to know about the bike ride is what do they need to bring with them as well?
You need to have a helmet in order for you to ride with the club.
Number one, that's the most important thing. Show up with a bike, but you have to have your helmet. And, of course, pack some water and a snack as well. So we have the hike on Saturday. We have the bike on Sunday. Ravi, I hear you got something real special planned for the middle of the week.
We sure do. We have a full moon hike coming up on Wednesday, the 20th. It will be at 7:30 p.m. up at parking lot 2.
Oh, boy. And that is an event that people come from all over the place to enjoy. And that'll be, again, on Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m., parking lot number 2. Ravi, what should we bring for that hike?
Bring water, a little snack, and also, if you have a flashlight, bring a flashlight with you.
Hey, Ravi, how can people learn more about these upcoming activities?
For the most up-to-date information on all of our activities, check us out at ocopj.org or the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis Facebook page.
We just talked about the activities. Hey, Ravi, why don't you tell us a little bit about the conditions on the trails?
We are now entering into spring. The trails are a little bit wet and muddy. For more information on the trail conditions, here's a special message from our trail designer, Adam Hubbard.
Hello, hikers, bikers, and trail runners. This is Adam Hubbard from the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis Trail Crew. Taking a minute to remind users that as the weather warms and the days get longer, the trails will be wet, muddy, and vulnerable to ruts and erosion. This freeze-thaw cycle, as it's called, takes many weeks to dry out, and much damage to the trails can be sustained during these times. So what's happening during this freeze-thaw cycle? As the cold night temperatures heave the moist soil up, the warm, sunny days turn that into a wet, sticky mud. If left unused, the trail will dry out and harden up as normal, and the temperatures regulate. But if tracked up, deep ruts will be left that hold water in and prolong the drying of the trails, as well as leaving the trails unusable for much of the season. So please be mindful of this as you venture out. And remember, early mornings, the ground may be frozen solid and usable, but soon the sun will hit and will soften up, and you will have mud stuck to your feet, to your bike, and that dirt is what we want left on the trails. And don't forget, we have miles of access road, both paved and gravel, that are much more usable at this time. And so go outside and get your fix, but please think twice and save the single track.
Nexix. It's a different kind of logic puzzle. Can you connect the dots? Then Nexix is for you. Author Jeff Marchant, Outdoor Club member, has created a unique and interesting puzzle book meant to challenge your mind. It's called Nexix. It's available online at Amazon. That's Nexix, N-E-X-I-X. Joining me now is a very special guest, my friend T.C. Crawford. T.C., how are you?
I'm excellent, Tom. How you doing today?
I'm doing real well. So glad to have you here today.
Pleasure to be here.
You're our very special guest, and we're just going to jump right in and talk about you a little bit, bit about your business and about your involvement here with the club. So let's start out by saying, T.C. Crawford, you own a great store in Milford called Action Bikes and Outdoor. Tell us a little bit about the store.
All right, yeah. That is my store, and I moved here in 2013 to purchase the business, and we offer our passion, essentially. So we're primarily focused on bicycles, any level, performance level, entry level, you name it. Road bikes, comfort bikes, mountain bikes, a kid's first bike. We love those. Certainly do a lot of service, accessories, everything to complete that full experience.
You really
of the
are.
bike.
Really are a full-service bike shop, a bike store, and you have bike experts in the place that are there to not only fix your bikes, but give you some technical advice as well.
Absolutely. And being half a mile from the Delaware River and having so many lakes in our area, we do kayaks as well. And that's become about 25% of our business. All of our boats are made in America, and it's become a very strong passion of ours as well. So that complements the bicycle side of things.
So action bikes and outdoor, there you go with the kayaks.
There you go.
It's a good name for a business. And tell everyone listening where your business is located in Milford.
Yeah, we're right at 611 Broad Street, and if you've been around for a while, it's the old Chrysler building. So it's a very cool historic building. They used to bring cars in. Now we bring bikes in.
I like the fact that it's the old Chrysler building. Sounds like New York City.
Yeah.
But, obviously Action Bikes and Outdoor is a great store. I've been in there. You set me up. I purchased a beautiful mountain bike a couple of years ago there. But your involvement isn't just all business, all 24 hours a day. You're active in our community as well.
Very much so, yes. We do a bike drive every year. I work with some trusted leaders in the communities, and we source bicycles to kids that wouldn't have the opportunity otherwise. We do that annually, and I'm very happy to be a part of the Outdoor Club for several years now. Love the trails, love getting people outside. Any way we can do that, enhance lives, that's what we do.
And your store, anytime you go into your store, you can get yourself an Outdoor Club map, right?
Absolutely. Always in stock.
Always in stock and ready to go. But I've been to your store. I've been a loyal customer. You set me up real good, and I'm very happy with that. But I also know you're involved with our club a lot of it. And when you're not doing that, when you're not with the club, you also have another endeavor that you're involved in, and that is called Starcroft Promotions. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's correct. So my friend DJ, who lives out in Tucson now, he's originally from Port Jervis. He works with me, and together we put on 3 races per year, strictly in the park here. And
these are mountain bike races.
Mountain bike races, yes. And it's attracted people from many, many states to participate in this. And some are competitive, some are more fun, designed just for fun. But we always try to throw a great party at the end for all the participants. We always have live music, we have food. We really like to start these events downtown whenever possible to expose our participants to the beautiful downtown and the growth that Port Jervis has been experiencing. And that's about it. We have one coming up called Snowballs Chance, and that's all about having fun, riding in the snow, whatever the day brings, the elements. We're going to tackle those. If it's soft and and muddy and things, we're going to stay off some of the trails and utilize more of the old fire roads and things. Our next race after that will be in the summer. It's more of a competitive race. It's called the Point Peter Pounder. Draws in a little bit of a different crowd. Everyone's athletically minded. Some people just do it for fun, but it is a little bit of a more competitive race. Lastly, in October, we do the Erie Mountain Bike Festival, and that's my favorite. It's the peak of the fall foliage, and people just love it. The temperatures are a little bit cooler, gives people the opportunity to spend most of the day outside. This year we had 5 bands at the finish line. You cross the finish line like a rock star. It doesn't matter your time. It's all fun.
Well, that sounds like a lot of great events coming up, sponsored by Starcroft Promotions. And information about that will be made available online. Tell people how people can learn about Starcroft Promotions.
Yeah, many ways. We have a Facebook, and very easy, Starcroft. Just look that up on Facebook. We have an Instagram account as well, followed by a website. You can always call the bike store. I'm always there. I have that information off the top of my head.
There you go. Oh, it's good to hear. You talk about those events that you've put on over the last couple of years.
Sure.
Give us an estimate of about how many people have come to Port Jervis and experienced the trails, and maybe from some of the more further locations.
Yeah, well, we did put an event on that was very unique. It was a single-speed event, meaning no gears. We had people come from 18 states that drew about 200 riders, and most of our events, when we experience good weather, have been between 150 and 200 participants.
Wow. And they're coming here to our city, Port Jervis.
That's right.
And they're experiencing our trails. and it's a great. Any one of your events are always a great and well put on event.
Thank you very much. We do put our best foot forward, and we like to think that these athletes are eating in town, filling their gas tanks, their significant others may be shopping, really just bringing people to enjoy this city.
Well, it's great. TC, great to have you here as a very special guest. We're going to keep you and bring you back and talk about bikes and gear and equipment. So we're going to put a couple of segments together in the future involving TC and getting you and everyone ready to be on those trails as soon as the springtime opens. TC, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
After a nice hike on the trails or a bike ride through the Watershed Park, nothing is more refreshing than a locally crafted beer and a bite to eat. Head over to the Fox Hare, 46 Front Street in Port Jervis. The Fox Hare is a small-town brewery and restaurant meant to celebrate great beer, savory food, and wonderful people. The tap room is a welcoming place for all walks of life, whether you're a fox, a hare, or someone that just likes the taste of good beer. Open Wednesday through Sunday for handcrafted beer and food. It's the Fox Hare. Give them a call. 845-672-0100. The Fox and Hare has been a proud supporter of the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis since they opened their doors. Joining me now is Bob Gardner, who's here to talk about a very special upcoming fundraising event. Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Pretty good, Tom. How are you?
Doing real well, thank you.
That's good. Yes, we're very excited to talk about our first annual all-you-can-eat corned beef and cabbage dinner, Saturday, March 23rd from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Elks Lodge on Route 6 in Port Jervis.
Tell us a little bit about ticket prices.
Tickets are $20 for adults, $12 for children 12 and under, and $17 for takeout.
And where can people go about purchasing these tickets?
You can get them at Richard's Army Surplus Store in Port Jervis, Action Bike and Outdoor in Milford, or Regal Nails in Westfall.
Wow, sounds like a lot of fun. It's going to be a great night. Our first annual fundraising dinner. Where can people find more information out about this?
On our website, ocopj.org, or on our Facebook page.
Sounds great. Check us out on ocopj.org, or of course, always look us up on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Outdoor Club of Port Jervis. Hey, Bob, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you at the corned beef and cabbage dinner.
We will.
The Upfront Gallery is the region's premier art gallery. Owners Debbie and Gordon showcase local and regional talent with galas and exhibitions throughout the year. At Upfront Gallery, there's always something going on. From paintings to photographs, sculptures, and more, the Upfront Gallery is the place to see and be seen. Upfront Gallery also hosts private events and cocktail parties. Book your next event with Debbie today. Give her a call, 845-754-5000. You'll love her. She's exactly what Upfront is all about. The Upfront Gallery, 31 Jersey Avenue, Port Jervis.
Hey, Chip here, your Director of Membership for the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis. If you are interested in becoming a member, contact me at 845-288-3165 or go to our website, ocopj.org, or my email, chip@ocopj.org.
Good morning to you, Chip.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Top of the morning to you, Mike.
Oh, we've got something coming up this weekend. Huh?
We sure do.
What is it?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes,
Indeed.
You know, my real family name is Riley.
Is it really?
Yeah, my grandfather adopted his son, which is my father, and my dad is actually Riley.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you a little secret. On my side, my mother's side, we're the McBrides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that?
Yes, indeed. So here we are, Chip, and one of the things we're going to be doing is that normally this would be your segment. This is your membership highlight segment, and instead, I wanted to pull a trick on you. I wanted to highlight you.
No way.
Yes, indeed. I mean,
no way.
You've been around here for more than a year now. A lot of people know you. A lot of people don't know you. And you've been with us for every single podcast, I believe. And how about telling people a little bit about yourself?
Okay, Mike, I appreciate that.
Now, this is going back from the time you started with the club, okay?
Okay. Not from day one when I was born in Jersey City.
No, I know your stories.
Okay, I won't go back that far.
No.
What I will go back is about 2.5 years ago, if you don't mind, a little brief history on myself. 2.5 years ago, I had bariatric surgery, Mike, and right here in Port Jervis at Bon Secours Hospital. And I was, prior to surgery, 425 pounds. And within the first year, I lost over 200 pounds, and I found myself with a lot of energy and looking to do activities and so forth. So my involvement with the club started with an announced guided hike that I came across. And I had asked my wife, should I do this hike? And she said, what do you have to lose? So on the day of the announced hike, I came up to Elks Brox Park, and there you were. And I said, is this where the guided hike is today? And you said, absolutely. So I parked my vehicle and saw that there were many other people as well coming out for the hike. And, this was my first hike with the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis, and I wanted to see what it was all about. And I was up front while you were guiding the hike. I was actually right behind you, observing you as the guide and trying to determine things about this whole environment that I'm in. But what I really enjoyed about this hike, Mike, was that you were a teacher, not only a hiking guide, but you were a teacher, and you taught the people about the environment, the surroundings, the nature, the wildlife, how to look for things. Moss grows on the north side of the tree most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Not always.
Not always, but most of the time. See, that's a lesson learned right there. So, as I was hiking, I was also learning, and this intrigued me, this whole experience of hiking, getting exercise, and learning as well. So at the end of the hike, Mike, I wanted to come back for more. And the rest is history from that point on, because I'm a member of the club now almost a year. I'm learning more as I go along, and I'm really enjoying myself. And I'm the director of membership on the board, and I like to think of myself as a friendly guy. And what I want to say to everyone is that if you're thinking about getting out there to the outdoors, try us, the Outdoor Club, and come out to the Watershed Park and go on a guided hike or a guided bike tour of the Watershed Park and find out for yourself. Experience not what I experienced, but what you will get out of it, and you'll find for yourself that you want to come back for more.
Sure.
So this is one of the things that I really like to tell people is this is what I got out of it, and this is what I hope you get out of it as well.
And one thing that everybody should know about Chip is that when Chip 2 years ago was 425 pounds. He's lost how much now?
Approximately 215 pounds.
Wow,
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. If Chip can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
But this is a highlight about Chip. Chip is our director of membership, as he said. He's been leading the beginner hikes. There's a lot of people asking for beginner hikes, and it's Chip's way of learning the area as well as getting people out there. And he's really excelled at learning the trails, getting the audiences, getting the hikers out there. They've been loving being out there with Chip. Chip does special things for us during the Santa hike. He was really doing some special things for us. And no matter what we do, the podcast, he's been with us from day one. Tom Fagioni started this podcast. We got Chip involved. We started making Chip a little celebrity. In fact, you see this room behind us. That's his green room. That's his room right
That's
there.
my green room, guys.
Over behind him, you can't see the coffee pot and the treats and the peanuts.
One of the things Mike can't show you is my rider that comes along with that green room over there.
You don't want to see
I have
it.
such a list of requirements, folks. I'm telling you, it's just unbearable.
Let me just say that he has such an ego that his rider is very heavy.
Oh, it's extremely heavy, Mike.
I have done some major acts around the world in the last 40 years, and they've not had riders like you have.
Well,
Yeah. You've learned, right?
You learn as you go, just like I have with the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis, Mike. It's great.
Sure. Well, thank you, Chip, for everything you've done with the club. I mean, it's been tremendous, the efforts, and we have so many projects going on this year. Chip is going to be relied upon to help us with a lot of those projects, and I have no doubt in my mind that whatever he takes on, he's going to excel at. And Chip, I want you to be one of the first ones to know, and we're going to broadcast this live now, that we will be starting construction of the pump track down at Riverside Park on April 15th.
Wow, a groundbreaking day has been established for April 15th.
That's it. And we're going to try to get this track done by Memorial Day. We have an excellent construction chief. He's a pro at this. He's developed a lot of tracks in the area. He's finishing up a track down in Florida. We should see him in the next few days, and we will confirm that April 15th date is a firm date, but I'm sure we're going to start on it. Whether he's there or not, we're going to start on it.
This
There's
is exciting, Mike.
Work. Yeah.
As you know, with my involvement with the Outdoor Club, I have been in the buzzing of the ear with the pump track since I started with the club. So for you to announce live that this is actually coming to fruition, this is going to happen. This is so exciting, Mike. I got goosebumps.
We've had individuals that have come up with the money to help us get this track going. We still will continue to do a lot of fundraising over the next 6, 7, 8 months. We have a lot that this is a very costly track. We have a lot of amenities that we want to add to it, but that we are not leaving the watershed in the background. We are constantly working on trails. Adam Hubbard, who is our master trail designer, builder, and
great guy,
crew chief, he's working on several trails up in the watershed now, and he's also going to be working with us on the pump track as well as working on the single track trails that we're putting down by the river. The idea being that the pump track is going to be there with a beginner's track so that kids, adults who have never ridden on one can ride on that beginner's track.
That would be me.
Let's call it an introductory track rather than a beginner's track. And then they can go on the main track. And you'll see more information coming out soon about it. But the idea is, let's get the people trained on bicycles to ride these tracks, ride the big track, ride the single track trails down in the woods by the river. Then you're going to be so confident you're going to want to come up into the watershed and ride the 42 plus miles of trail up there.
Incredible. I tell you, I can't wait to get on that training track because that's where I'll start, Mike, quite frankly.
Track.
I will be on there.
We're going to get you a tricycle.
A tricycle? Oh, that's exciting. I haven't been on one of them in a while. I think last week I was on a tricycle.
Yeah, I think you were,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Ringling Brothers or something like that. You know, I was out there in that circle doing that tricycle, you know.
Well, once again, Chip, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for the club. And this week, our highlight is Chip Estenez.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
And
what a
Chip,
surprise.
I think you should reach out to your wife right now and say hello.
Hey, hun, this is your husband, your hubby, your love of your life.
Before she goes to work.
Yeah. Hey, Kelly, I love you very much. Watch this show. You're going to be excited about this show because I was highlighted, I was spotlighted, and surprised by none other than this guy right here, Mike Ward. I love you, baby.
Well, here we are. Thank you very much, Chip. And let's go back to you, Tom and TC.
Hey, TC, I hear something awesome's happening at the end of March.
Absolutely, Tom, and it's only a couple weeks away. It's called Snowballs Chance.
Snowballs Chance?
Snowballs Chance, and we've done it for several years now. It brings a lot of mountain bike riders together, regardless of the elements. They're going to meet at 9 o'clock right downtown here in Port Jervis, and at 10 o'clock, the police are going to lead the cyclists to the edge of the Watershed property where they're going to take off. They have 4 checkpoints that they have to get to throughout the course of the day. They can take their time, take their own route, but they're going to get a card at each checkpoint. They get their 5th card at the finish, where they're going to go back to Upfront Gallery, and the best hand of the day is going to get some cash.
So it's poker and mountain bikes.
Combined into one, yes. And prizes. We got a ton of prizes. The rest of the money, the rest of the proceeds, all get donated to the Outdoor Club.
How can I get involved?
Well, you have to register first, and you can do so by going to bikereg.com, and on the search bar, just look up Snowballs Chance. You'll find it right away.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
I can't wait to see you there.
Wow, that's going to do it for another episode of the Weekly Trail Report. I want to thank so many people who helped make this show a great success. Of course, I want to thank Ravi for being here with me. I want to thank Adam Hubbard, TC, our good buddy Chip, and of course, none of this could happen without the president of the club himself, Mike Ward. I'm your host, Tom Fagione, reminding you to get out and enjoy the beauty right here in our backyard.